one of the things that I keep hearing now is this thing called gig economy. So what really is gig economy, and how would you think that we could prepare the youth of today?
Absolutely, Vijay. So gig economy, if all the students who are watching this, please, just focus and research more about gig economy. The contractual jobs are here to stay, Vijay. So even before this COVID-19, there was a boom in the gig economy, which means right now with this whole situation, the contractual jobs will definitely see a mainstream adoption by a lot of organizations. What it means for an organization is to hire these contractual or a fixed term employees, that will help them reduce the cost overheads, except for hiring a full-time employee for doing some of their core jobs, right? So this now will bring up a question about the skill alignment and the education background one comes from. So now what will happen is, with the gig economy, skill alignment will definitely overrule the education qualification. So with this whole new situation in play, the focus will be, the shift will be more to hire people who have the zeal to learn more skills faster than any of us. The people who have higher agility in terms of learning and picking up newer skills will definitely have more, edge over others, regardless of what degree and the qualification they come from, which really did matter earlier. But with this particular economy coming into picture, the skill sets will definitely have a edge over the education qualification. Okay, that is one. And I would also like to touch upon one more aspect, which is the e-learning platforms which are there currently, which could help the students in terms of getting these skill sets. Right. So there are a lot of free online tools and platforms in the market where they are providing the e-learning courses. So if there are placement officers who are watching this, I would definitely recommend you to encourage your students. I know that they are currently preparing for their examinations, but I'm sure they can take some time out and definitely be prepared to be deployable ready, which means, though they have studied certain concepts from their education background, it really matters if they can take up these courses which are freely available in the market. This will be an added advantage to align with the new trends in the market. Organizations will be definitely keen to hire more folks who invest themselves in learning these skill sets, so that they have the ability to work across various digital channels. Hence, I would like to say that the freshers who you can utilize this and make themselves a job deployable ready while still preparing for the examinations will definitely have edge over others. Even the current market, in the current experienced workforce that there is in every organization or in the market who's looking for a job, will definitely have to enable and upskill and reskill their skill sets currently, Vijay. So that is about gig economy that I would like to brief upon. And you also asked me another question about the working from home norm, which I would like to say about is that the organizations are adapting, to this new norm. While there were a lot of organizations in the service industry who were working on a blended model of working from home earlier, with this new COVID in play, I'm sure they will have to adapt more. And this new working culture of remote working, definitely technology will improve, which means this will help enable a new approach by creating more and more and newer technologies to replace everything that was there in the physical mode as an interface earlier, right? So which means faster computing power, cloud, blockchain are here to stay. They will redefine the man-machine interface in the future. And this is a generation which has grown up in a world that feels much more flattered due to the way the technology has helped in collaborating. So the current Gen Zs, I would like to call them, they will have much more flexibility in terms of adapting to this new work from home culture.
Uh, I keep reading this aspect about the many of the large companies making statements about a very high percentage, maybe 75% of their workforce moving to work from home by 2025. But a question to you, I mean, aren't we all very strong social creatures? We love to be, along with each other. We love to kind of enjoy the coffee table conversations. So would that be two contradicting positions?
It wouldn't. If you look at it, I'm sure even with the blended model, when we were working, a lot of organizations which was already working in a work from home model, there was already this concept, and kind of organizations were kind of adapting to that whole new culture. And with the 50% of the workforce which will be from the millennials and Gen Z generation, I don't think that should be a contradiction in terms of the whole balance. We were also talking about work from home, the work-life balance culture. So this should really help us in going towards that culture, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
I think Vijay, just one point to add there.
Sure.
I think it's like remember the early days of offshoring, we said that, okay, maybe offshoring is difficult because all work need to be done at the same office. So it's going to be very difficult to get work done from offshore. So, but that brought in quite a lot of other advantages in there. And I think one of the things that will come up here is that people can choose the city where they want to live without having that constraint of where they have to work. So I think a lot of other factors will come in. Like I can choose to be in Trivandrum, working for a great opportunity in Bangalore without having to go through the constraints of a traffic situation in Bangalore, or maybe being away from my relatives, friends, and all other kind of things. So I think people have now tasted it. So there will be that push towards that kind of a more remote. It may not be a lot of people working remote, like being in the same city, but it opens up opportunities for people to be in multiple cities to work for a same office.
Very good points, Jayana, and a very big thanks to each of the panelists